So you've been sitting at your desk for far too long, or you've been working out at the gym or at home, and your legs have gone stiff. Start moving and they're not as mobile as they were. Here are three stretches you can do, three simple stretches you can do to get movement back into those legs and your lower back. So your first stretch is to stretch down the front of the thigh, through the hip flexors and down into the quads. You need to stretch them out because sitting for too long in this position shortens the hip flexors and then the quads go to sleep. Or if you've been working out and you've been doing a lot of leg work, sit-ups, then the same thing happens. These shorten here, your hip flexors will shorten, and this pulls on the lower back. So you tend to do that if you leave it for too long, tend to hunch over a little bit and it starts to hurt. So we need to get movement and length back into the front here so we can stand up, we can create a better posture rather than a slumped posture. So your first stretch would be to take let's start with our right leg. Take our right leg back, drop the knee to the floor. So you're in this position. From here, you push your pelvis forwards and you're going to start to feel a stretch going down the front of the thigh. Now, the more you push forwards, the greater the stretch you're going to get. Then, place the hands on the front knee. Keep pushing the pelvis forwards, and from here, extend the arms and slightly arch back. So now you're starting to stretch the lower part of the back. But here's the thing, you're going to feel a greater stretch right down the front there. Right down the front of that thigh. So you feel that stretch. And we're going to hold. Yeah, I can feel that. That's a really good stretch. Oh, yes. So you're going to hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. And then slowly ease off. And then we go on to the other side. Stretch number 2 will be, if you can't do stretch number 1, you can't get your knee to the floor for whatever reason, find yourself a wall. Place the hands against the wall. We go into a lunge position here. So hands against the wall. And from there, our front knee, we bend the front knee. We push that knee forwards. And from here, we drop our pelvis down. Bend the back leg slightly. And we start to feel the stretch down here. So we're going to push that front knee forwards, bend the back leg slightly and start to feel the stretch down the front of the thigh. There. Now to increase that, to get a good back stretch from there, just push back and look up to the ceiling. And you start to feel a stretch in the lower back and a greater increase of stretch down the front of the thigh. And we're going to hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. Ease off. And then repeat on the opposite leg. Now for your third stretch, we're going to stretch the back of the leg, down the hamstrings, the calf and your lower back. Now here, we're sitting on the floor with the legs out straight, chest nice and high, and we reach with the opposite hand to the outside of the opposite foot. So you reach there to the outside of that foot, keeping the leg as straight as you can. If you need to bend the knee slightly, that's fine, as long as you're feeling that stretch down the hamstring. But ultimately, we want to get that leg straight, holding the outside of the foot. Now we hold that for 30 seconds. Not only stretching down there, but also stretching around the lower part of the back. But if you can't reach to the outside of the foot, start with the opposite hand on the thigh, there, chest nice and high, slide the hand down the leg, go as far as you can. When you start to feel that stretch and you can't go any further, then hold that for 30 seconds. But each time you do this stretch, try and take it a little bit further each time. Don't push the stretch, never strain any stretch. Relax into the stretch. But ultimately, you're aiming to get that hand around the side of the leg. Sorry, the side of the foot. Now they are 3 essential, simple, essential stretches for the legs and the lower back that you can do every single day. If you sit down for long periods or you work out, you need to stretch. Those 3 simple exercises are the ones that you need to be doing every single day to get movement back into your legs and to keep you as mobile as possible as we go past 40, 50 into our 60s.